You, my friends, want to welcome you into this conversation that I'm excited to have with my friend Evelyn, who took Book in 90 with me last year. And she was like, Hey, I want to talk about it with you. And I was like, All right, let's do this. So, my friend Evelyn, I'm so glad you're here. Um, will you introduce yourself? Who are you? Who you be in the world? What do you create?
Oh, who I am? That's a big question.
How
uh,
much time do we have?
I had to figuring out this question for 40 years, something like this, and I
Long.
not done yet. But I am Evelyne Toromanian. I am a French, as you can hear from my accent. So I am a visionary artist and I am an empowerment artist mentor. Really what I love is to guide the artists to really do it. To make it happen, to be on fire and to really put their passion into their project, their business, and to really level up and create new standard for their art, their business, and for their life. Because I think it's really important to claim our artist life and to do and be who we are.
I
So
love
this is what I am doing and who I am in a very short time.
that. I mean, that's some beautiful big work in the world. And I'm so happy that I connected with you. Because I feel like we share a lot of similar like ways of being and also like our approaches to creativity and stuff. And so that really stands out to me when I think about getting to know you. So I would love to hear like when you originally signed up for Book in 90, what was your intention to write? And then what happened?
So first, my intention was to have fun. Really, when I connect to you, it was, oh, that's fun. That's so fun. I really love the vibes. There is the energy. There is something that really creates sparkle in me. And I am very connected with my desire, with pleasure. It's something really important in my way. I teach about being an orgasmic woman and lead from ourselves from pleasure and from our desire,
Wow.
and that really connects me to that. And I was in place of my life where I was having this baby book really turning all around me for years and years, and I was trying to begin the first chapter and delete it and begin and delete it, I was really blocking this loop, but I wasn't really putting any attention, and I think I wasn't aware that I was blocked in my creation process.
Wow.
uh, and we had like a workshop, a full workshop that you lead with Amber this time, and I really connect that, oh, maybe I need some support, and
Mm.
that book and Nancy was on 3 months.
Mhm.
And what I really love and what really connect to me, it was, we are going to be committed and to write our first draft until the end. And I was really, it was really a match for me, because I was in this place of what I call a fuck yes. Fuck yes, I'm going to do that.
Yes,
Whatever it will take, I will finish by the end of the year my first draft.
I love
So
that.
it was really coming from yeah, it's a big decision from my belly. I want that. I desire that, and I claim that.
I
So
love
it
that.
was
And I
a
love,
big commitment.
yeah, for sure. I really love how you recognized that you needed support and you gave yourself permission. Because I think sometimes maybe folks don't have an awareness. They don't it really doesn't connect like, "I'm stuck," or like, "I'm hitting a block here." And I think sometimes we can keep pushing and pushing, and then the result is like we just stop because it's hard and it's exhausting. So I love that you were in a place that you recognized this is where I'm at and I think I could use some help and I'm committed and I'm going to go for it.
Yeah, and the thing is that really, I think maybe I wait such a long time because I didn't found the right support. I am an artist. I guide creative process through soul art because I am also a guide, soul art guide, and and I was seeing people guiding you to write your book, but it was old fashioned. You need to think about why your client is not sleeping at night, and I don't care about that. I just want to be connecting and to create a desire and on my clients, and for me it was just a relief to find you, to meet you, because it was, oh wow, those are creative guide also, and it's going to be fun, and I feel at home. It's, oh great that those are all the member of my own family. You
Oh,
know that it
I
is
love
not
that.
so easy, and it was really that. And sometimes maybe I wasn't aware about that because I wasn't clear about the kind of mentor and the
Mm,
kind of space I was needed, and it was great because we experienced the smashing cosmic book. I
yeah,
guess it's the right term,
yeah.
and for me it was just amazing, and it's really creates a lot of richness. It was wealthy to really be able to travel the writing process
Mm.
using art. It was just wow, awesome for me.
It's a great match, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm so glad that you enjoyed the Cosmic Smashbooking because I think it's so potent to navigate things that come up. Like it's this other tool that you get to use while you're writing, and they just pair really well together, the writing and whatever you're doing, the mixed media, the painting, like there's so many options with the Cosmic Smashbooking, and anyone can do it, even people who don't identify as artists. Like I think we're all creative. And I think that when we're all given supplies, crayons, paper, like we can move color, and I think that it's so potent to work through mindset stuff, to like move through feelings, to also like craft ideas for our book. So I really love how much that landed for you. And like you were like, yes, this is a tool I can use.
Yeah, yeah, it was that, and it was great because finally I had a new tool for me and for my life, and I'm using that uh, every time I have a question. For example, I was thinking about maybe working with someone, but it wasn't a good fit, and and I was just having too much, in I don't know how you say in English, but it's when you are thinking about that and it's taking too much space in your
Oh,
head,
yeah,
and
kind of that overthinking, the analyzing.
yeah, I say, oh no, it's too heavy for me. So let's go onto a page and see what is coming up for me, and it's releasing a lot of things. I used that also for my exhibition. I had this exhibition and too much pressure on
Mm,
my shoulders, and
yeah,
during the exhibition I just enter into a page, and I get such an energetic shift,
yeah.
and
So beautiful.
that's powerful. So
Yeah.
it was really helpful for the writing process, but it's also a tool that I am using when I have this opportunity, when I feel the calling, and it's easy and it's juicy and it's fun.
Love it. Well, it's so cool because writing to me is like stirring this cauldron of feelings, right? And so they come up, and then it's like, what do I do with all this? I'm trying to write. And then I'm also got all these feelings now that are coming up. And how do I process it? And so it's cool to have this page that you can place this, not try to avoid it or like push it down, but it's got this place to live that you can move it and try to understand it and be with it. So, and yeah, like it's a total life tool. It's not even just a writing tool, it's a life tool for sure. Yeah. So, what do you think, aside from the cosmic smash booking, like what do you feel like your experience in Book in 90 maybe changed the way that you approached writing or any part of your process? Or did you get like golden nuggets from it, from the experience?
Yeah, it was really great to be all in a container and to have weekly time with the group, to have someone, you, who was coaching when we felt blocked.
Yeah.
And that was really creating big momentum for me. And it was really great to hear that the first draft, it's a draft,
Yeah.
and you need to write for you.
Mhm.
And so it was really easy for me, because when I was always deleting my first chapter,
Mhm.
it was because I wasn't writing for me. I was writing like it was the final version.
Oh, yeah.
And it really helped me to really go through the end of the draft, thinking and knowing that, okay, finally, it's not the final version. I could change, modify, and let it grow.
Yeah.
Um, what is it was here is that I do not have knowledge of writing a book,
Mhm.
and you do. So it was
Ah,
really helpful
mhm.
to be able to know that, to hear also that the first drive is chaotic. It's the
Oh,
chaos.
so messy. So
So
messy.
messy. Yeah, yeah, totally. So
Yeah.
it was great about that. And what also was missing, even if I am practicing a lot of that, I needed also a structure,
Mm,
uh, which I was cool, because I am doing, the morning page for years now, and not missing a day. So it's something that I was already doing for myself. But
yeah.
writing for the book, I needed to have this same commitment to the book. So I was trying to find how this can work for me. And
Mhm.
it was great to have every Monday a time for me, saying, okay, what will be the structure of my week? How
Yeah.
I can, where I can write. And for example, I love write in cafe.
Mm,
So I was traveling sometimes in the cafe, and it was really in alignment with some specific things I needed to write, because specific energy. um, and it was really, really great to be just able to deal with the structure, to change, to sometimes write 2 hours a day during 5 days, to have a break, and to travel, the change,
yeah.
because it's also a change matter. And for me it was all about becoming a new person, because what was maybe blocking me was that it's not really a book. it's a, it's a transformational process,
Yeah.
because you are shifting your reality, and you're shifting your personality through the writing process, and that's a huge thing.
It is massive.
That's birthing. That's really a birthing.
Yeah, yeah. And I love how you're connecting the piece around understanding it was messy, like you learned it was messy and that you were writing for you. Because I think these are common things that a lot of people experience when they're writing their first books, but they don't know at all. Because if you sometimes people go, well, I should have known. And I'm like, how would you have known if you've never written a book before? How would you have known these things? Like, it's okay to just be a beginner and learn this. But yeah, it's like allowing yourself to really understand what is a first draft. This is not the one you publish. This is the one where we're just trying to get the content out, really understand it. And that's really why in Book in 90, I say we're writing our first draft because there are multiple drafts in the book writing process. And I just want to help you understand, like, what is a first draft? So I love that you started getting these puzzle pieces and putting it together and then not deleting your work anymore because you're like, I'm just writing for me. I get to just,
Yeah, because you know what, your question about what you were living before shifting, saying yes to booking 19.
Mhm.
I think I just wanted to learn something new.
Mm,
And when you learn something new, you change something because in your brain, so you create new neurons because you learn something new, and it was all around that, learning how to write a book, learning how to learning the cosmic smashing cosmic book. I shift the words every time. But,
I-
yeah, but yes, I had this desire to learn something new,
Yeah.
and that's part of evolution. When you are learning something new, you are just growing as human being, and that's that. And we want to yes have more evolution human. It's
Yeah.
part of
Yeah. And, I think of programs like Book in 90, like, of course, we have this goal to write our draft, right? But I think we get so much more out of it in other ways for our overall well-being and our understanding of ourselves. Like, we don't even know that's going to happen. Like, I sometimes I'm like, how do I explain this is going to be so transformative and you will write your first draft because it is so much more than the first draft experience. I think,
absolutely.
yes, that's the main goal, but there's so much internal stuff that
Mm.
happens. And it's so incredible to witness, to like witness each of you in that process
Yeah.
and like what you take away at the end.
Yeah, and that's really that. And I think it's maybe I am used to the transformational process, and I love saying I know how to midwife myself, and that's something normal for me, and that's okay. And maybe because the book 90 was also a great resource for me because I received from myself,
Mm,
because I was able to guide myself and also to use all the tools, new tools that you had to offer to me, and that was really great. And I think is really the inner work is a lot, and our commitment should be on the inner work to be able to shift the energy, to shift the emotions, to shift the limited beliefs
yeah.
that we can have. And what was also a lot of helping, and it's to always focus on now,
Mm,
just not thinking about, oh, but what people will say, what the family will say, how they are going to like the books, because it's not my business. At this point of the time, my focus
mm,
will be now where I am. And I have this expression saying, where are my feet?
Mhm.
And it's just where I am right now. I am just focused on writing the draft, and that's not my business to think about how people will love the book, because my business is just to write, and to write something that yes, excites me. And even if I'm not writing something that is not exciting me because it's the first draft,
Yeah.
but how you explain it, you just need to express what is here. And sometimes the first draft will lead to somewhere else. And that's yes, that's really important to always focus on now.
Yeah.
To
I
be
think
able to
that
write.
such a good share. It's such a good share about that because I have witnessed people get so stuck in the place of worrying about the judgment that they could possibly receive that I would say, like, you're not even giving yourself the opportunity to write a book that might be judged. Like, because you're getting in this stuckness and it's paralyzing you and you're not writing at all. So I really love that piece of like, it is none of my business. I get to let that go.
Yeah, and also what really helped for me on this, it's not of my business. Sometimes when you are committed for a project like, yes, I want to write a book in 3 months to have the draft. The life is happening, and lots of things is happening with the family, and I had to deal with some illness of my mother, and lots of things around me, and I say no. I am not available for that. Mm, and 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 that's that seems very awful to say that, but that's important at some point, to just be committed to yourself, to
Yeah.
know your place, to know your talents, to know your value, to say yes to your desire and to do something. And we have seen in our session people not saying no to the other, and finally they couldn't make it happen. And it's that is how, even if there is plenty of possibility and distraction,
Mhm.
because it's how that works when you are committed to something.
Mhm.
uh, Maybe the life force energy, the universe is just always challenging you. Are you sure you want that?
Right.
You're going to say yes. Are you going to say yes to yourself, or yes to others? And that's so easy to get distracted and to say it's not the right time for me. No, it's the right time is when you choose that it's the right time, and the right time is now.
The right time is when you choose it to be the right time.
Yeah.
That's so that, like, to me, and you've said some really good stuff, but that is like, whoa, like, seriously, that I feel like that's what I hear so much. It's like, it's not the right time. It's not the right time. And it's like,
Mm.
when is the right time? And then you come in with this truth bomb of it's when you choose it.
Yeah, it's that. It's a decision, but the right time to be the right time is you need to it's need to be chosen from a stronger, a powerful energy than the thoughts or the energy that's saying it's not the right time.
Yeah. It is.
It
It's like a
it
really
needs to
grounded
be
choice.
very powerful thing. It's
Mhm.
the fire. It needs to be to yes, to fire yourself, your energy, to init something, saying, oh no, no, now I have no choice than to go on that way. And something is that when we are on survival mode, we are just going to say, okay, so I need to make it happen because it's urgent. It could be difficult for me if I am not taking a move, and um, and sometimes we just need to think about what if I do not have time, and we experience that with Catherine,
Mm.
uh, who died a couple of months after,
Yeah.
and we were surrounded with a lot of women having cancer, stage 3, 4, and wow, that was a really powerful thing for me to witness that. And what are we going to wait to this to generate and create disease, because we are the creators of those diseases?
Yeah.
Are we going to create those things in our life to react?
Mhm.
What if we do not have to have that to react? What if we choose now? And I'm not a really some person master expert on all the best decision in my life, but a couple of months ago I was really mastering the way that I will write the draft. And I really don't care what was going on around me. It was the book and just the book. I wasn't available for something else, and that's really worked for me, and
Mhm.
I was able to finish the draft, even if lots or maybe I will recreate, rebuild everything, because something need to shift. But I was really proud of me being able to finish the draft, to feel in the flow, and to grow as a human, because I was able to commit
Yeah.
and to say yes to myself, to say yes to the powerful artist that I am, and finally to also get closer to the vision that I had, because a couple of years ago I received a very strong vision that bring me tears. I saw myself on stage having a big conference with lots of people, maybe a TEDx, something like this. And I saw this woman coming to me and say, "Thank you to have write this book. Your
Mm.
book changed my life." And I got this vision so clear that it was so true. And I was just lead and in fire by this vision. And every time I had this woman, because I don't know this woman, I had this vision of the future, of saying, okay, but now maybe this woman is just struggling. She cannot change her life because I am not birthing this fucking book.
Come on.
And okay, so if I am not doing it for me, I can do it for her.
Yes. Yes. You're like thinking, I know she's out there.
I know she's here. She's always sending me signals from the fields. But
I'm still
but
here. I'm still waiting.
yeah, and it's I think writing a book is the earth calling. It's something bigger than us, because otherwise we are not doing it.
It is. I swear that writing a book is one of the most healing and transformative things we can do in our life. And that's for ourselves. Like it's amazing how many people we will touch and reach that we have no concept of in this moment. And like you said, it's none of our business in this moment. I got to focus on finishing it. But like truly, it is one of the most amazing things. But just like you've mentioned, it takes that choosing it and being committed and prioritizing yourself and kind of putting those blinders on and focusing on like this is what I get to do.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And speaking to invisible realms, because there is also this connection with the book. The book, for me, already exists in
Mm.
some reality, and we also need to be in communication, in a divine communication with it, and put that into our realities, how we can transform it's invisible and make it tangible. That's art. That's being an artist. So, and yes, it's how we can also bring something that we know, we sense, we can feel, and give it a form. And that's why I'm saying that that's really a birthing process.
Yeah, it is. I think anything that we're putting our energy into is this living thing that we get to nurture and tend and to be with and be in relationship with, and it's a beautiful thing. You're right, it's art, it's creation.
Yeah, and finally, so for me, it's really for me to be able to really go to that. I really needed to yes, to commit to this vision,
Yeah.
to awaken my fire,
Mhm.
and to say, okay, so let's do it.
Yeah.
And I was proud of. So I'm not done with this book, but I have done with the first layer,
Yeah.
and that's really important. And I am just approaching my book like a piece of art.
Mhm.
Sometimes your art, you are just creating one layer, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And after you say, okay, no, I'm not done with this layer, and I am just covering all in white, and something new needs to come from that,
Yep.
and you're creating a new layer. And I guess that I am on that place right now,
Yeah.
on the birthing of the new layer
I
to
love that. It is very much a layering process. It very much is similar to painting to me. Writing is very similar to painting. Um, so before we go, what if somebody was on the fence right now to join Book in 90, what would be your inspiration to them?
Fuck, do it. Yeah, so say fuck yes to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you, it's just sometimes it's about just giving ourselves an authorization. Say yes to yourself, not waiting to someone to say, "Oh yes, you are writing amazing thing," or even not wait that an editor or
Mm.
someone coming to you to say, "Oh, you have an amazing thing to express. Let's write your book." No, give yourself the permission and the authorization. And I think we are really living a very interesting era as an author, because right now with Amazon, with all those things, you can be your own editor, and that's really amazing, to do not wait someone to give the to give the authorization of expressing yourself.
Yeah.
And you do not need a father for that, to say, okay, here
Mm-mm.
your time to express yourself. No, if you
Yeah.
have some things to say, just say it, express it.
Yeah.
And I think is just okay, am I ready to give myself this authorization to be an author?
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely up to us to take that step in, like
Mm.
taking that one step forward. And I think saying yes is like the first step. And then it's like, once you do that, there's almost like this relief of like, oh, okay, I did it. I signed up. Now I'm going on an adventure.
And sometimes it will be very fun, and sometimes it will be, ooh, you will be on your shadow.
Yeah,
You will have to explore your shadow power, and that's part of the process too. And that's why your own tools and Cosmic Smash book or just life, just
yeah,
run over
yeah.
by all what is coming. It's part of the process, and maybe it's also give you information. And that's really what I love is that how powerful it is to write and and I have such experience about writing because for me, writing it's writing a new story,
Mm.
and sometimes even writing is also creating a new reality, and I need to share that those crazy story because every time that I try to write the first chapter, I had a story that I was just reviewing a past experience with my first boyfriend, my first love. And I write the first chapter with that and blah, 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 blah. It was just before the book in 90, maybe 1 or 2 years before. And and 1 year after writing this first chapter, I reconnect again with my first love. And 30 years ago, after we just have a new story together because our story wasn't finished.
That's incredible.
That's crazy, and it's not the only one thing. I have rights about a very complicated relationship with that I had, and a couple of days after, this person just reached me out after maybe 3 or 5 years.
Oh,
That's powerful because when we write, we are writing from the life force energy.
mm,
We are allowing the emotion to be expressed, and then the energy can flow again. And some things are, and the reality life is replying directly. It's really a pure manifestation approach. For me, it's really crazy. So maybe it's because of that. It's we are afraid of writing our book because it's the direct manifestation of us being creator of our reality.
Yeah, it's that piece about we hear like the fear of failure, but I think the fear of succeeding, whatever that succeeding looks like for us, however we define it, but that fear of what if I create what I want? What if I become who I want to be? Like, I think there's a whole energy of fear over that that keeps us small, staying in place, not doing the big scary things that could and probably will lead us to that next level.
Yeah. And it's really that for me, it's writing a book is the going on to the next stage of your evolutionary path.
Yeah.
And that's really maybe it's after it's just me being on this stage, feeling that I am just completing a big cycle of my life and opening for something totally unknown, and that's very exciting. And I am afraid too, but that's normal. I am human because okay, so I can maybe feel all the potentiality, all the possibility, and who I am to be able to receive all that, and in the meantime, who I am to not receive that,
Yeah.
and it's really claiming our birthright to be yes to be powerful artist and to be this conscious creator and to lead our lives from our true desires and the even way beyond our desire, because we have a lot of desire that we don't know those desires,
Yeah.
because it's on our unknown.
Mm.
It's not yet in our belief systems. So
Yeah.
our new belief system from the this new human we are becoming.
Mm.
So that's profound, this conversation.
Yeah. No, I think that we really talked about some big potent things, which I love because I think this is real, a real look, an authentic look at creators being in creation, bringing things, bringing your vision to life, even when it's scary, even when there's unknown, even when it's messy. I think like everything that we discussed is an authentic view of what this journey could look like for someone.
Yeah, and also with no bullshit,
No
with no
bullshit.
excuses. And we are full of that. And we discussed about that before our conversation. And it's really how committed I am going to be with myself to even say to myself, no, I don't want to think that way. I don't want to be that way. I want to show up differently. Uh, I want to be another person, the one who is writing our book,
Yeah.
the one who is leading and writing powerful thing and change
Yeah.
change people's lives, because it is who I want to be.
Yeah.
And that's really yes, it's an uplifting process if I choose
If you choose it.
that
I
this
think,
kind of experience. And I think is that it's what experience would you like to live? And if you want to live this kind of experience, you are you are the one who is creating this kind of experience. And for example, I wanted to live this kind of experience, and so I um, I jump in the process, and I was very dedicating, and all my thoughts, all my energy. I was also meditating a lot during the process to really live that thing. Not everyone live that on the process, and it's because I choose that.
yeah.
I created that, and I had all the resources, all the energy, all the support to make that happen, because it was a really powerful soul desire.
Yeah.
And this is how we are powerful, if we choose to be and to write our book, and the first drive, and to complete. And yes, so this is important conversation.
I know, I'm just sitting here like, wow. And I think that this is I think the most perfect way to wrap this conversation up is with this inquiry of who do you get to be and do you choose it? Who do you get to be and do you choose it? And I am going to be an inquiry who I get to be and do I choose it? I already say yes, I choose it. Yes, I'm on this journey adventure of life. Like, let's go. Um, wow, there's so many golden nuggets in here. I'm gonna have to re-listen to this a couple times. There's so many good things that I want to like write down that you said. And I really do appreciate you taking the time to like share from your heart, share your experience, because I think it's so important for others to hear like this behind the scenes of someone who's walked this program and experienced it, and you know, your takeaways and what it was like for you.
Yeah, and it was really important to show and to share what's are behind the scene,
Yeah.
because it's not, sometimes it's not easy. It's a big struggle, and it's also an empowerment process.
Yep.
and it was really important for me to share because it was an amazing experience for me, and I want for more people to be able to live that because it was really good, and it was, and I really have a lot of gratitude for you to be able to experience that. And so thank you, a big thank you, Sage, because yes, you changed my life, and I will be able to change the life of the woman that I don't know someday.
The one who's waiting.
Yeah. So and it's that, and finally it's a shame. And how are we going to show up for ourselves and for others, and create this change, this chain of changement that we want to see in the world, and
Yeah.
that's begin by ourselves first.
Mm, I love it. Thank you, my
So
friend.
yeah, so stop trying to create change for others. Start by you, and you will create change for others.
Yeah. Super powerful. All
Yeah.
right. I'm gonna wrap this party up. And I really appreciate you so much. And yeah, I'm gonna put info for folks to check you out too. Check out what you're up to, beautiful art that you're making.
Uh,
And all right, until next time, my friends.